Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our morning activities here at Stevenson University, our national anthem. And welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to the C Conference Championship in field hockey for the IAAM for 2025. I'm Larry Dukes, Morgan Knox on the camera. We'll be bringing you today's action here at Stevenson University. Top two seeds made it to the finals here. We have 15-minute quarters here in field hockey. And our game will begin with a pushback, as it's called, or face-off. Officials at midfield. Teams getting ready. Huddles enter the field, and we're just moments away from the start of our action here today. While we have a moment, we'll go over the starting lineups for Roland Park. Number 4 is Caroline Jackson. 5, Ella Athenis. Number 7, Camden Miller. Number 10, Colby Goldstein. 15, Maddie Freeman. 16, Courtney Wiggs. 18, Ava Gutierrez. 21, Kenzie Hoffman. 22 is Kate McDonald. 23, Jane Sweeney. 24, Alexis Russell. For the Glenelg Dragons, number 3, Ella Pickett. Number 4, Bella Mendoza. Number 5, Karina Castillo. Number 7, Vanessa Sines. 8, Aubrey Willett. Number 10, Cecilia Chauvelin. Number 14, Anna Osgood. 15, Abby Clark. 17, Rose McClellan. 21, Ella Stachersky. And 22, Ella Dyer. And ball controlled by Roland Park at the midfield. Bringing it up is number 24. That's Alexis Russell. And we'll have a restart with number 7, Camden Miller. And Miller will take it again. Back to the point. Beautiful day here at Stevenson. Temperature around the 50s for this game starting at 10 a.m. Pass to the top. Kenzie Hoffman in control. And And out on the wing, taken away by Glenelg. And it's going to go out of bounds. The Reds will put it back in play. Taken away by Glenelg. They push it up the field, across the center line. Down the sidelines. Ball will be put in play by number 15, Abby Clark. And it goes cross field. Inside. And it's going to go back the other way. Outside the scoring circle. And still controlled by Roland Park. Saved in bounds. And we'll put it back out and go the opposite direction. That's number 22, Kate McDonald. Now going the opposite direction, number 20, Haley Allen. I'm sorry, 24, that's Alexis Russell. Long poke out of bounds, and it'll be played in by the Reds. 11:25 remaining in the first quarter. Ball all the way through. It's number 4. Cross, score! The assist is going to go to Caroline Jackson. We'll wait for the stadium announcer for the goal. Beautiful cross right in front of the goal, poked in by the Reds. And we're awaiting an official scoring call. And now the Dragons on the offensive. Ball sent in the middle, taken away by the Reds. Now taken back by the Dragons. Back in. Alexis Russell credited with the first goal of the game for the Reds. Jackson. We're going to have a timeout in the action here at Stevenson University. We're Red Dog Media here for the IAAM C Conference Field Hockey Championships. We'll take a break. We'll leave the camera on the field. We'll be back to you in just a moment. And we come back to the field. Timeout was taken by the Dragons. 1-0. Roland Park over Glenelg here in our first contest of the day. You actually can pick up other broadcasts for the B and the A conference later in the day. 12 noon and 2 o'clock are the next two games scheduled. And that can be obtained at the IAAM website. That's IAAMsports.net or .com. I'm sorry, .com. Ball at midfield. And now down into the Reds end of the field. And it goes back over to the Reds. Number 22, Kate McDonald. And she'll take the next hit. And it catches a Glenelg player, so we go back to the Reds. That's Camden Miller. Miller will put it down and back in play. She gets it to number 24, Alexis Russell. Inside, pass, and score. By Ella Athanas. She's a sophomore, number 5. Alexis Russell with the pass in and deflected into the net. Actually, goal was credited to Caroline Jackson, a freshman. And Russell with the assist. So Russell and Jackson, the 2 goals scored so far for the Reds. 2-0. Roland Park over Glenelg. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Action on the far side of the field. In front, the look. Kick out by the goalie. And we're going to have a corner for the Reds. Dragons putting on the protective headgear as the Reds get ready to put the ball in play from the corner. Pass gets poked away by number 22. That's Ella Dyer for the Dragons. And it goes out of bounds, and the Reds put it back in. And a turnover to the Dragons. Ball up the field, across the center line and down the sidelines on the team side of the field. Taken back by the Reds. And now back by the Dragons. Number 22 for the Dragons, Ella Dyer. Now to be put in play by number 15, Maddie Freeman. She'll take it herself, and it's now taken away by the Reds. And we're going up the other way. That's Elena Pickett. Well, Dyer will play the ball to the corner. Across, intercepted by the Reds. Number 7, Camden Miller. We're down to 5 minutes and 25 seconds here in the first quarter. Ball up. Great stick movement. Ball movement. Stick play. Tries to get it through. Intercepted by the Dragons. And taken back by the Reds. Looking to cross in the middle. Shot, score! And into the game for the Dragons, number 9, Sophia Unterman. She's a freshman. And out of bounds. It'll get turned over to the Dragons. And it'll be played by Ella Dyer. Ball all the way up to midfield. It'll be played at midfield by Abby Clark. Ball punched to the opposite side of the field, in front of the Dragon bench. Rose McClellan. And taken away by the Reds, going the other way. And it'll move out of bounds. Played in by the Reds. And taken by the Dragons. Poked through to the opposite side, and it's going to go out of bounds on a strong hit right in front of our viewing position and the spectator side of the field. Dyer brings it down. She sends it in. Buddy there to redirect, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Roland Park ball as we go up the other end of the field, outside the scoring circle. Spin to the middle. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the Reds bring it up across midfield. Number 24 dribbles all the way. Duvall, Katie Duvall. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, with Roland Park in the lead, 3 over the Dragons, 0 of Glenelg. We'll turn the sound down, keep the camera on the field, and join you back here in about 2 minutes for the second quarter of today's action in the C Conference Championship. I'm Larry Dukes with Morgan Knox. We're back to you in just a moment. Thank you. And back for the second quarter action here. 3-0. The Reds of Roland Park with the lead. Ball controlled by number 15 for the Dragons. Abby over to Roland Park. Trade into the scoring circle and get a shot off. We saw some really good shots in the warm-up, but haven't been able to get it to that point as Roland Park comes the other direction again. Pass all the way through. Taken and redirected out of bounds. It's going to go to the Dragons. .45 remaining in the half. Ball goes all the way through, poked through. Dragons on the offensive now. Into the scoring circle and taken away by Roland Park with good defensive play. Turned back over to Glenelg. Dyer sounds it all the way down and unfortunately out of bounds. And the ball go back to Roland Park. Outside the scoring circle, it'll be taken. And play into the middle, then back out to the sideline. Dyer comes up. Magdalena Pickett might be number 3. might be handling the corner for Glenelg. She gets it out. Shot. And a whistle. And it's going to get turned over to Roland Park. Taken back away. And will be turned over and sent in the other direction. Again, by number 21, that'll be Kenzie Hoffman. She'll bring it out to the opposite side this time, over to number 22, Kate McDonald. Gets it up the sideline. Now played by Anna Grace Karpovich. And we'll go the other direction with Dyer again. And it goes out of bounds. 8 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the half. No scoring here yet in the second quarter. Alexis Russell, ball in front, and then poked away by the Dragons. We're going to have another corner set up with 1:55 remaining here in the half. Gear. Quarter taken on the opposite side this time. Ball played in. And turned over to the Dragons. 1:25 remaining in the half. Roland Park moves it up, taken back. Sneaks through. Controlled by Glenelg. Dump in. And a corner awarded with 31 seconds remaining. And the corner going to be taken by number 3, Alina Pickett, sophomore for the Dragons. Looking to gain some momentum. Good. Shot. Rebound. Another one. And it catches a high shot and gets turned over to Roland Park with 10 seconds remaining in the half. And that's going to be the end of the first half here at Stevenson University in the C Conference Championship. Roland Park, 3, Glenelg, nothing. We'll have a 7-minute halftime. We'll come back to you in about 5 minutes. we're going to try to do what we can to improve the network quality here at the stadium. We're doing our best, but we're at the mercy of the Wi-Fi connectivity here at Stevenson. We'll be back to you shortly. Thank you. And we're ready to start the second half. Dyer making a move in. Shot just wide. Wide left. Ella Dyer making a move all the way on goal. But the shot went to the left and taken by Roland Park. Good defense by Roland Park. Gets inside. And 50-50 ball goes to the Reds. Ball off to the near sideline. Played by Glenelg. And a corner awarded to Glenelg. 13:47 remaining in the third quarter. Glenelg, number 3, Elena Pickett. Out to Ella Dyer. Dyer pushes it in on goal and hits the side of the net. And ball going to be taken outside the shooting circle by Glenelg. Number 15, Abby Clark. Clark dumps it in. Ball back and forth between teams. And Clark will take it again on a whistle. She pokes it to the side. Cross goes all the way through. Could not be redirected, all the way through, and Roland Park will take it. As it goes out of bounds. And we're going to have another corner awarded. And that'll be taken by number 3, Elena Pickett. And she'll turn it over to number 15, Abby Clark. Ball slips through. And taken away by Roland Park. Stick poked out of bounds and put down by Ella Dyer. Gets it down to the far corner and turned over. It'll go the other way. And that's going to be taken by Kate McDonald. Clark puts it down. Back out to Dyer. Dyer. Shot goes wide, hits the side of the net. And it'll be Roland Park's possession. The pressure's been on so far in the third quarter by Glenelg. Spent most of the time in the Roland Park end of the field, but just haven't been able to capitalize quite yet. Another cross, sneaks through, and another corner awarded for Glenelg. Taking the corner, Elena Pickett for the Dragons. 9:47 remaining in the third quarter. Play out to Dyer. Dyer dribbles in. Side the circle. Shot. Kick save. And a score! The kick save was made by Ava Gooderit. Rose McClellan with the goal for the Dragons. Rose is a freshman, number 17. And they've broken the ice here, and they continue that pressure. But we go the other way, and now Roland Park looking to cross midfield for the first time in a while. And we got a timeout called by Roland Park. Their first timeout. And we'll leave the camera on the field, turn the sound down. We'll be back to you in just a moment. And out of bounds as Abby Clark tries to push it through, but it goes out of bounds and over to Roland Park. Dyer gets it into the scoring circle, but turned over and given to Roland Park, and they'll push to midfield, and they've got numbers. 3-on-3 break here, and the ball goes over to Glenelg. Number 24, Alexis Russell, her second goal of the game. Sophomore from Roland Park. And that makes it 4-1 Reds over the Dragons. So all the pressure was down on the opposite end of the field till that drive, which resulted in a Reds score. And a card issued to number 17 for Glenelg. And she's sent off. 17, Rose McClellan. Ball being put in play by Ella Dyer on the near sideline. And we'll go the other way with Roland Park. And up the near sideline, but out of bounds. Pushed up, nice pass, caught a leg, and it'll go the other way. Dyer punches it out of bounds, and it'll go back to Roland Park. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ball played to the center of the field. All the action at the midfield at the moment. And back over to the sideline. And out of bounds. It'll go over to Glenelg. And number 15 will put it in play. That's Abby Clark. Clark will put it in play again. Shot down in the box and lifted, but turned over to Roland Park. And it crosses midfield for Roland Park again. A mishit picked up by Glenelg. That's number 14, Anna Osgood. But poked out of bounds. It'll go back over to Roland Park with 1:30 remaining in quarter number 3. For the Reds, into the lineup, number 3, Adeline Swift. Ball play by number 25, Anna Grace Karpovich. She gets it into the scoring circle and goes to the sideline. Swift chases it out, and it will be Roland Park ball with 22 seconds remaining in the quarter. Maybe just enough time for a cross and a shot. And we have a whistle with less than 10 seconds. And that's the way it's going to end up here for the third quarter. And at the end of the third quarter, it's Roland Park 4, Glenelg 1. We'll be back to you in just a moment. And back for the fourth quarter here in the C Conference Championship of the IAAM for 2025. Stay tuned. We'll have the awards presentation at the end of this game and every game today. The commemorative and nostalgic glass bowl awarded to the winning team, and runner-up will receive a plaque. Also, the winning team, each member of the team will get a medal commemorating their championship. And that'll be given out by the sport chair, which is an AD from the conference. Attempted pass inside was blocked. Taken across the circle and turned over. Here go to Glenelg, and that's handled by Abby Clark. She gets it up, it goes all the way through. And run down by Roland Park, deep in their zone on the far corner. And up the far sideline, but out of bounds. Poked out by Glenelg and then struck out of bounds by Roland Park. So it'll be a turnover back to Glenelg in front of the Reds bench. Pass inside, looking for a cross. And it goes off a defender and will result in a corner for the Dragons. And again, Roland Park goes and retrieves the headgear to protect them on a high shot. Very strong crowd here of families and friends. The shot goes wide. And the ball over to Roland Park. Level of urgency at the moment for Glenelg. Really need a goal to get back in the fight here. Played in by Abby Clark, over to Dyer. And a whistle. Played down in the corner. And taken away, but out of bounds. Ball given to Roland Park. Ball sent to the middle by Glenelg. 50-50 ball taken by Roland Park. Up the sidelines, great pass. Swift with the ball. She crosses into the scoring circle, and they're going to get a corner for Roland Park. 4-1 your score, 11 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in our first game today. 3 games. The C Conference is first, followed by the B Conference and then the A. B Conference will be at noon and the A Conference at 2 p.m. here at Stevenson University. And we'll be carrying all 3. Picked up. Shot, score! Scored by number 4, I believe, Caroline Jackson. But we'll wait for the official word. Ball loose in the front. Yes, Caroline Jackson, a freshman, picks up her second goal of the game for Roland Park, and it's now 5-1. get to all the games here today by logging on to IAAMsports.com, championships, and then selecting the live stream for whatever game you like to watch. We have a large attendance online, which is great for those families who couldn't make it out here to the game or those out of state. We welcome you. Hope you're enjoying the contest as we are. Watching these young women perform in field hockey at the top level in their conference. Far side in front of the scoring table, taken by Roland Park. Now to the middle of the field. Adeline Swift had the ball. And Ella Athenas pushed the ball in. And a whistle. Ball put down, taken out. Ball in front. It'll go back to Roland Park outside the scoring circle. 8 minutes and 50 seconds remain. And the ball go over to the Dragons. And they'll race down the sidelines. Poked and knocked out of bounds by Roland Park. Back over to Ella Dyer. Abby Clark back in the game, number 15. Up the sidelines. And catches a foot out of bounds. Go back to Roland Park. It'll be put in play by number 25, Anna Grace Karpovich. And now be handled by Adelano. Give it back to Karpovich. Karpovich to Swift. And out of bounds. Go back to Karpovich. Put it in play. And she'll poke it to the middle of the field. That's taken by number 5, Ella Athenas. Glenelg takes it away and races up the opposite sideline. Pass back in, but nobody home. Then intercepted back by the Dragons. Pass up. They can save it in bounds. She does. On the baseline. Movement in. And a corner awarded to Glenelg. Great effort by number 17. That's Rose McClellan. And putting it in play will be Alina Pickett. Colby Goldstein into the lineup, number 10 for the Reds. She's a senior. Ball played and then poked away, played again, and catches a leg. The ball awarded to the Dragons outside the circle. Shot in front, Score! Deflection off the goalie and into the net. Shot by Ella Dyer. Ella Dyer, her first goal of the game, been very instrumental in the activity here today of all the action on the Glenelg side. And the score now moves to 5-2 with 5:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. And a collision on the near side. And we're going to have a penalty call here. And they're going to send off number 17, Rose McClellan, for Glenelg. And so Roland Park with a person advantage, but still maintains control. Ball into the circle and poked away. Taken back. Ball goes through now on a fast break. And we're going to turn around and go the other way. 4:45 remaining. Impeding call. It's outside the circle for Roland Park. And a substitution. Jane Sweeney, a freshman, in the game for Roland Park. And catches a foot. Way through, it's going to be Roland Park's ball outside the circle. Now inside. And a push, and we'll go the other way. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this contest. Five to 2, Roland Park over Glenelg here in the C Conference Championship. Now Roland Park's putting the pressure on, keeping everything in the Glenelg zone. Especially being a person up. .230 remaining. Ball in the circle. And a corner awarded to Roland Park. With just over 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ball out front, deflected. Now kick save. And another corner coming up. For Roland Park. Trying to catch the number of the person handling the corner. Pass outside the circle. Now in. Shot deflected. In front. And we got a penalty shot awarded. For Roland Park. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining. And a score. Looks like that was taken by Maddie Freeman, but we'll wait for the official word. Katie Duvall made a gallant attempt at a save there. Yes, it was number 15, Maddie Freeman, a senior, with the goal. And that'll make it 6-2, Roland Park. On the crowd side of the field. Poked up, handled by number 10, that's Kobe Goldstein. Now put in play by Courtney Wiggs, freshman. Back to Wiggs. And out of bounds. One minute remaining. And Wiggs will put it in play. Now in the center of the field. Poke back out. Wiggs. Down on the base. And out of bounds. 25 seconds remaining. And that's going to do it today for the C Conference Championships. 15 seconds. Dyer winds up, sends it downfield to midfield, across the midfield line. And that's going to do it. Roland Park is your 2025 C Conference champion, and they are celebrating in front of their goal, and their spectators just beneath us are ecstatic. Now joining their coaches, and we'll come out for our awards presentation. They'll have their Kodak moment in front of a championship banner for the IAAM. And we'll have a sportsmanship handshake and a lineup right at the midfield. Your final score, Roland Park 6, Glenelg 2. We'll stay with you here for the presentation. Sue Thompson carrying the banner out to the midfield area. And their captains will come out. That's number 22, Ella Dyer, and number 21, Ella Stacherski. Both of them seniors. And they accept the plaque for the runner-up. And now for the commemorative bowl. And instead, as they head over, Roland Park. Their spectators, their supporters. And that makes it a wrap here at Mustang Stadium. Together with Morgan Knox on the camera. We really appreciate you joining us here today and hope you have a beautiful Sunday. Thank you, and we'll see you at next year's C Conference Championship. Thank you.